All right, first and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to the Most High God, Yahweh. And we do so in the name of His only begotten Son, Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, who we call Jesus Christ, Shema, Yasharala, Yahweh, Alahaya, Yahweh, Yahweh, Akkad, the Israel, Lord God, the Lord. And He is one, meaning He is separate from all this BS that is going on. Now, topic of discussion. You got to understand what the accursed thing is. And you got to understand the philosophies of the accursed thing. And a lot of our people are being condemned in the spot that they stay in. And they're actually going through a lot right now because of the philosophies of those accursed things. They're gravitating onto it. Because you'll see a lot of our people walk around with crosses on their neck, homeless as hell. Like God is helping. You wearing a cross that represents death. That doesn't represent life. That's like saying, hey, Christmas represents life, when it actually represents death. It makes no sense at all. You know what I'm saying? Let me do this word. Let me go around. Go ahead and read that. This is a little example, a little snippet. Right?
This is Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 4. Ye shall deliver their kings into thy hand. Thou shalt destroy their name under heaven.
Right?
Then shall no man be able to stand before thee until thou have destroyed them.
Right?
The graven images of their God shall ye burn with fire.
Say it again.
The graven images of their God shall ye burn with fire.
The graven images of their God shall you burn with fire, you black Hispanic and Native. That's the law. That's what you're supposed to be doing to these idols, to these other guys, Buddha, to these other guys, Gandhi and all of them. You're supposed to be burning those idols. You're not supposed to be taking on their philosophies and everything else. You're not supposed to be doing it. Right? This is the testimony on it.
Thou shalt not desire silver or gold that is on them, nor take it of thee, lest thou be snared therein.
But you should not desire the gold, the silver and gold that are on it. Like you'll walk into somebody's house and they'll have Buddha with a piece of chain on. You know what I'm saying? Buddha have a bunch of chains on. That's every time you go in there. You know, growing up in San Diego, you have a plethora of cultures out here. And your friends are sometimes to be Asian, Filipino, Hispanic, African, Nigerian, same people, almost. And they'll have different gods on their shelf. Like we went into a shop, a boba shop, right? To get some boba. We had already ordered a boba, but when we were standing in line, me and my wife were standing in line, and I turn around, there's a Buddha on the ground. You know what I'm saying? I had already got my food, but there was nobody with us that didn't understand the idols that was in there. It's okay. We know it don't mean nothing. I know it means nothing. But you have somebody else that doesn't understand it, it can cause them to go wrong. But in this case, we understand it. So we go in there, and it's like a lot of food surrounding it and everything else. So when it's talking about you're supposed to burn those idols, you're also supposed to burn their philosophy. So burning those idols burn the philosophy as well. Okay? So what I was saying is, you'll see a lot of those idols with chains on them and everything else. You're not supposed to desire those things and want to take them off. So in these last days, a lot of our brothers are not understanding that, okay, some things are going to happen in the last days. You may run out of food. I don't know what you're going to run out of. And these houses may be spoiled, and it may be not. And you go into a house, and you going through the pantry to get food. And as you leave the house, you understand that, hey, gold and silver is important out here. Gold and silver is going to be a high commodity. It's going to be very valuable beside women in these last days. So if you with a group of brothers that have understanding and you don't watch this video, if you don't watch this video and come into an understanding that silver and gold that's around that Buddha or is by that Buddha or whatever that graven image is the accursed thing. All right? And I'm about to get deep into it. So those crosses you wear, those idols you wear that you worship, those are accursed things. Are you worshiping those things? You're not supposed to wear them. You're not supposed to want those things. You're not supposed to desire to take those things off of that idol. Why? It's because you're taking gold and silver from other gods beside the Most High. And he hates those guys. He hates them.
This is Joshua, chapter 7, verse 19. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 27, verse 15. Cursed be the man that maketh any graven or molten image.
Curse any man that make it. Say you an Israelite, right? And you work at a factory making graven images. You were cursed. You might as well just quit that job now. That is the worst job to have. Read.
And an abomination unto the Lord.
It's disgusting. The Most High is like, I'm the real God. Nobody else helped me do this. Read.
The work of the hands of the craftsman and put it in a secret place.
The works of a craftsman, right? And he put it in a secret place. He hides that God. It's not a God if you got to put it in a secret place. It's not. If you got to hide it, somebody can't steal your God, you're an idiot. Read.
And all the people shall answer and say, Amen.
Read that real quick. Now, this is an example of a Judite admitting that he coveted the cursed things. And covet is a lust, a desire to want something. You're coveting after somebody else's things. All right, you desire, want it. You're going to go after, you're going to get it. All right? And this is what's supposed to happen, like the first precept, Deuteronomy 7, and 24 to 25. You're supposed to burn those things. But this brother right here, he coveted those things. And he hid them in a secret place. What he wasn't supposed to do. Right?
Joshua chapter 7, verse 19. Joshua said unto Achan, my son, give I pray thee glory to the Lord God of Israel, and make confession unto him, and tell me now what thou hast done.
And Joshua's like, man, just tell me what you've done. Why are we going to find out in the next precept what happened? What was going on that Joshua had to pull this brother to the side and ask him what was he doing? 72. Really?
Hide it not from me. And Achan answered Joshua and said, indeed, I have sinned against the Lord God of Israel.
So he admitted he covered. All right, he meant he'll covet something. Read.
It does have I done.
Listen, this have I done. Read.
When I saw among the spoils a goodly Babylonian garment and 200 shekels of silver, and a wedge of gold of 50 shekels weight.
All right, start right from the part when he said, when I noticed amongst the what?
And when I saw amongst the spoils a goodly Babylonian garment.
And like I was saying, like if you need some food and you're going through somebody else's pantry and you notice some things right there, it's like, oh, yes. Read.
And 200 shekels of silver, right? And a wedge of gold of 50 shekels weight, right? Then I coveted them.
And he what?
I coveted them.
Hey, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's things. You shouldn't be doing those things, right? He should have earned it right there. Where he stood, where all that stuff was, you should have earned it right then and there. All right? Read.
I took them, and behold, they are hid in the earth in the midst of my tent.
And the law said not to hide them. Read.
And the silver under it. So Joshua sent messengers.
All right, stop right there. Read that.
This is the book of Joshua, chapter 7, verse 10.
And this is what you don't want to do when it comes to these idols. Read.
And the Lord said unto Joshua, Get thee up, wherefore liest thou thus upon thy face? Israel has sinned.
Because, hey, Joshua got on his face. Why? Because we were being slaughtered in war. And Joshua's like, hold on, man, hold on. Something is going on. We're not supposed to be getting killed right now. The Most High is with us. If the Most High with us, why are we getting slaughtered like this? Read.
And Israel has sinned, and they have also transgressed my covenant, which I commanded them.
The agreements, the covenant. Akaz had covenant. He has transgressed the Most High's agreement. Read.
For they have even taken of the accursed thing, and have also stolen, and dissembled also, and they have put it even amongst their own stuff. Verse 12.
They mixed it in with their own stuff. Read.
Therefore, the children of Israel could not stand before their enemies, but turned their backs before their enemies, because they were accursed. Neither will I be with you anymore.
So the Most High said, I'm not going to be with you no more, because it was a curse. Why? Took something from another God. You love him more than me. Go ahead.
And said, Ye destroy the accursed from among you.
He said, destroy the what?
Destroy the accursed from among you.
He said, destroy the accursed among you, not the accursed thing. So somebody is the accursed now. Somebody is the accursed now. Keep reading, keep going.
Verse 13. Up, sanctify the people, and say, sanctify yourselves against tomorrow.
So he said, up and separate the people and have the people sanctify themselves. They need to get clean. Read.
For thus saith the Lord God of Israel, right? There is an accursed thing in the midst of thee, O Israel. Thou canst not stand before thy enemies until ye take away the accursed thing from among you.
That's why we can't stand amongst our enemy right now, man. We have a lot of these accursed things. These accursed things is philosophy, doctrine, all the above, man. It's hard for us to stand amongst our enemies right now. And we get slaughtered. We got to get rid of the accursed thing. And by getting rid of these idols, by getting rid of these religions, we start to worship the Most High the way we're supposed to be. And we can't do that with all these religions around the world. We got to grab a hold of our own heritage, do what we're supposed to be doing. It's hard for us to do that right now, man. We get slaughtered. We get slaughtered. And the Most High not going to come amongst us with all these doctrines amongst us. He's not going to do that. You read?
This is Deuteronomy 12, verse 29.
So this is an example of what you don't want to do when it comes to these idols. Right?
When the Lord thy God shall cut off the nation from before thee, whether thou goest to possess them, and thou succeedest them, as well as in the land, and take heed to thyself.
What?
Take heed to thyself.
So when you come into this land, you got to take heed to yourself, man. There's a lot of religions out there. Religion is nasty. Religion is a nasty thing, man. Because you take a hold of these stupid doctrines and these stupid philosophies. And these stupid people that push stupid philosophies and stupid doctrines.
That thou be not snared by the followers. After that, they be destroyed before thee.
So you take heed to yourself so you're not snared, man. So people won't be looking at you like you're a dumbass. You don't want to be snared. People look at you, you're dumb. Why y'all following religion? You have a heritage. Read.
And that thou inquired not after their God. Say, how did these nations serve their God? And even so will I do likewise.
You gotta start that again. And this is what the Most High doesn't want to happen. Read that again, Bible Michelle.
Take heed to thyself, that thou be not snared. I follow them.
By following them, read.
After that they have been destroyed before thee. And that thou inquire not after their God.
And he don't want you to inquire after their gods. Like, hey, how do we serve these gods? How do we serve these dumb religions? How do we do these things? Don't inquire after these gods, man. Take heed to yourself when you come into strange land. Don't inquire after them, man. Destroy them. Read.
Say, how did these nations serve their God? Even so will I do likewise.
How do these nations serve these guys, man? We're going to do the same thing. That's stupid as hell. Why are you worried about Gandhi? Why are you worried about Buddha? Why are you worried about this white Jesus Christ? It's not even his real name. That's Caesar Borgia, man. Pope Alexander V's son. The worshiping of men. Stop that, all right? Got that wisdom of Solomon? And this is what happens after such. Go ahead. And this is what happens when you follow philosophies like this. After a period of time, you're not understanding what's going to happen. Read that.
This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, verse 15. For a father afflicted with untimely mourning, when he had made an image of his child's son, taken away. Now honor him as a god.
So what they do, they put the picture of his son on a shirt.
God.
That's what they did. They put a start from the top. They put the picture of their son on the shirt. We do that every day. But we've been doing that for years. Bro.
This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, verse 15. For a father afflicted with untimely mourning, when he had made an image of his child, soon taken away. Now honor him as a god, which was then a dead man, and delivered to those that were under him. Woo! Ceremonies and sacrifice.
Woo! So they took the shirt and passed it out to everybody. Here, take a shirt. This is my son. Take a shirt. Everybody gonna mourn and worship him. Now that he's going, every time you wash that shirt and you look at it, now he became a god. Everybody look. That's more trust. Hey, that's what happened. He became a god now. So everybody mourns and cries after him. Every year they say, R.I.P. to the homie, R.I.P. to my mama, R.I.P. to my uncle. On the shirt, they got it on the shirt. That is the accursed thing, man. That's one of the reasons why we destroy. You're not supposed to be doing that. Keep reading to 21.
Verse 16. Thus in process of time, an ungodly custom proven strong.
An ungodly custom, putting a dead person on your shirt. It's an ungodly custom. God hates it. He doesn't like it. Read.
Was kept as a law. A graven image were worshipped by the commandments of kings.
And that was a commandment of kings to do that, man. Watch, one of these days, I'm gonna look that up to see if any one of these presidents have ever put a dead person on their shirt and they keep wearing it.
They did the dollar bill. That president.
Exactly, the dollar bill.
Not that president.
Hey, there you go. There you go. Hey, worship the dollar. That's the accursed thing, man. Read.
Who man could not honor and presence because they dwelt far off.
Because they was dead. But they worship them and they stack these videos they on Instagram, man. Hey, that's a disconnect. We don't do that. That's a disconnect, man. We don't worship money. He be on Instagram, got the money to his ear. You know, that's idolatry, you dummy. Read.
They took the counterfeit of his visage from far.
They took the counterfeit of his visage, his body, his picture, his face. Read.
And made an express image of a king, who they honor to the end.
And that's what they do to Kanye and stuff. They take a picture of him, man, like he a king. Read.
That by this
and you can worship him from afar now. Not because you got him on a shirt. You got him on $1 bill, $100 bill. It's the accursed things you worship it. It's cool to get it because you're buying things, but when you worship money more than anything, you're lost. Read.
That by this their forwardness, they might flatter him that was an absent, as if he were present. Also the singular diligence of the artificer.
I can't even say it, bro. Let me see.
Salah. Also the singular diligence of the artificer did help to set forward an ignorant to more superstition. Yeah, well, I started. Verse 19. For he for reducer willing to please one in authority, force all his skills to make the resemblance of the best fashion.
Hold on. 19.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, verse 18. Also the singular diligence of the artificer did help to set forward the ignorant to more superstition.
So the artificer, the guy that made it, he helped fashion it to a way that made everybody more ignorant. He made it look so real. That's what he made it look real. The person that is making the shirt, he's making it look real. He's making it like a face up in the clouds and all that stuff for people to mourn a little bit better. And I'm gonna make them pop out in 3D. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put him on TV so when everybody wants to the funeral, they got his face in heaven on the shirt when they look at the TV. It's like, I miss him so much.
Verse 19. Or he peradventure willing to please one in authority.
So he peradventure. Go ahead.
Force all his skills to make a resemblance of the best fashion.
He forced his skills to make the best resemblance of the fashion. He wanted everybody to feel the mourning of his dead son. Keep reading.
Verse 20. And so the multitude, allured by the grace of the work, took him now for a god.
They're like, oh, I miss him. Mijo, my mijo. I miss him so much. They made it look that way so everybody can mourn after. Go ahead.
Which a little before was but honor as a man. Verse 21.
But now they honor him as a god. They did honor him as a man, but now they honor him as a god. That's a dead homie, bro. That's a dead homie, bro. On the set. On the set, bro. That's a dead homie, man.
When they're drinking, one for me and one for the
dead homies. One for the dead homies. You know what I'm saying? That's what they doing, Reed.
And this was an accusation. And this was an accusation to. And this was an occasion to deceive the world, for man serving either calamity or tyranny.
So on his birthday, this was an occasion to deceive all the people in the house that he was the best person in the world. He was an asshole. You know what I'm saying? He didn't do nothing. He just sold drugs to the neighborhood. But when he died, he becomes a guy like Tupac, right? This was an occasion to fool the world on Tupac's birthday. Everybody loved Tupac. Tupac can't even die. Biggie Smalls can't even die. They on everybody's t-shirt, right? It's an occasion to fool the world. He didn't do nothing for the neighborhood. He didn't do anything, man. He didn't do anything for the people. But this is an occasion to fool the world. Everybody still put Tupac and Biggie on their shirts. That is idolatry. Stop wearing these fools on your shirts. Go ahead.
Did ascribe unto stones and stocks the ecumenical name.
You said it right. See all those shirts that y'all got? All those shrines of Tupac and Biggie? All the stuff y'all have of your homeboy dying, all these shirts, all these things that your mom on the shirt, all right, E, and all these things everybody got. This precept is going to show you what to do with those. Give me what's he talking?
Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 25. The graven images of their God shall ye burn with fire.
Say it again.
The graven images of their God shall ye burn with fire.
So that shirt was stole on the shirt with your Tupac and Biggie shirt, the shirt with your mom in that morning. All right, be mom, see you in heaven. All this stuff. Read again.
All the graven images of their God shall ye burn with fire.
You burn the hell out those shirts. That's what you do. You burn them. Get rid of them, read.
Thou shalt not desire the silver or the gold that is on them, nor take their city, lest thou be snared therein, for it is an abomination to the Lord thy God.
Yeah, all these Gandhi shirts, all these idols of people that are on your shirts, burn them. Burn them. It's the accursed things, man. You worshiping those things like they're gods, and they're not. They are not gods. Read that.
This is the book of Solomon, chapter 15, verse 14. And all the enemies of thy people that hold them in subjection are most foolish and are more miserable than every babe.
So all these people that hold these idols into remembrance are foolish. You guys are foolish, man, for this. You know what foolish 1 Samuel 13 and 13 is not keeping the law. You're not keeping the law. You're not listening. Deuteronomy 7 and 24, you to burn those things, man. Don't be foolish. Keep the law. Read.
Verse 14, verse 15. For they counted all the idols of the heathens to be gods.
And that's what we do. Read. I don't. I'm just saying we as a whole, because we get judged as a whole. Read.
Which neither have the use of eyes to see, nor nose to draw.
They don't have no eyes to see. The face is just on the shirt. Those idols, you hold and you burn incense to and put money and necklaces on. Their eyes don't even move. They can't breathe. It's nothing. Breathe.
Nor nose to draw breath, no ears to hear, nor fingers of hands to handle.
They can be turned a different way, and you can kick them right in the head, and they won't even do nothing. You can push the idol right over and go home and still have a good day and a good year. You can break that sucker in half. You know who's going to hurt? The dumbass, the foolish person that takes it to heart. Read.
And as for their feet, they are slow to go. Verse 16. For man made them, and he that borrowed his own spirit fashioned them. But no man can make gold like unto himself.
He that borroweth his own spirit. Read.
Verse 17. For being mortal, he worked a dead thing with wicked hands. For he himself is better than the things which he worshipped. Whereas he left one, but they never. Verse 18.
And that's what they do, man. The people that are better than those images they make, they're better than those images they make. But they make the image better than them. They're dumb as hell. Real dumb. Read.
Verse 18. Yea, they worship those beasts also that are most hateful, for being compared together, some are worse than others.
For being compared to being compared together, some are worse than others, man. All right, read.
Verse 19. Neither are they beautiful so much as to be desired in respect of beasts.
Some of them look like elephants human. You know what I'm saying? The idols, they look like elephants with legs and stuff, you know what I'm saying? They're walking around all bum with a damn trunk coming out their damn nose. Yeah.
You see that line
Hey, these video games, remember the video games that was playing at the bro's house? E Honda and Dialism and all that stuff. All that was just idolatry.
But they went without the praise of God and his blessing.
But they went without the praise of God and his blessing. That's why you're into all this idolatry, because you're not following the Lord. You burn those things, man. Burn it all. You get with a female and she all this idolatry and stuff, man, burn those things. Don't be with that woman if she ain't willing to keep the law, man. Read that.
Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 18.
Okay?
What profit is the graven image?
What profits you these graven images, man? Hey, you're more important than these graven images. If you're more important than these graven images, man, why do you make them? They don't hear. They can't smell. They can't see. They needs to be put up on a shelf. All these graven images need to be put up on shelf. You put them up on shelf. You've never seen them before. It's just a man's wicked mind. Dude.
That the maker thereof hath graven the molten image and the teacher of lies, that the maker of these works trusteth therein.
The molten image is a maker of lies. And the maker of lies. The graven image is like, you got again?
What profit is the graven image
Uh-huh.
that the maker thereof hath graven?
What profit the graven image, but the maker of that graven? What profit it? It only profits the person that made it. To him, it means something. To him only. To everybody else, it's just something you can just kick over. It doesn't mean anything to me. You know, I spit on it. It won't do nothing back. It's not going to turn around and spit right back on you. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to do any of those things. It's nothing. You got to put it on the shelf, man. You got to wipe it off. It can't even do anything for itself. You're the only person that can do something for it. Read?
The molten image and a teacher of lies, that the maker of his work trusteth therein, to make dumb idols.
The maker of the work trusted in that. And it makes those dumb idols. Read?
Woe unto him that saith the wood, awake, to the young stone, arise.
Hey, destruction unto him that maketh it, that says to the wood, hey, arise. He's gonna go to that thing he made. Hey, get up. Come on. He will spend the rest of his life trying to get that wood to move. It ain't. It's not gonna get up and work. It's not the Chucky doll. You know what I'm saying? Hey, sitting over like, get up and do something. Or the voodoo with the pin dolls. It only benefits the people that believe in it. Once you believe in it, that's all that matters. But to everybody else, it means nothing. It's not real. It can't get up and do anything. You know what I mean?
It shall teach, behold, it is laid over with gold and silver.
It shall what?
It shall teach, behold, it is laid over with gold and silver. And there is no breath at all in the midst of it.
Right?
But the Lord is in his holy temple. Right? That all the earth keep silent before it.
So the Most High is in His holy temple, and all you keep silent, man. Hey, don't tempt the Most High. The Most High putting people to death every day, and you don't even know who's doing it. Every people are dropping dead everywhere, bro, and you don't even know who's doing it, man.
Hey, but they must have, hey, everything happens for a reason. Where you go, that's judgment.
Hey. What's that precept? Will there be an evil in the city the Most High is not done it? You didn't even see him do it. It's for his design. You feel like that?
Right?
It's through the Most High's design these things that happen.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 5, verse 13.
Right?
Therefore, my people are gone into captivity because they have no knowledge.
Hey, the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian men and women are going into captivity because they don't understand shit. Y'all think you understand, but you don't. You do everything that you're not supposed to do. When you were created, you were given rules to how to live. but you're not following. That's why we're going into captivity. That's why these people are ruling over us, because you have no knowledge.
And their honorable men are famished. All their multitude dried up with thirst.
Our honorable men, what's that? TD snakes. They are dried up and famished. They have no wisdom. Who else? Who else? Some people? Yeah, some of our honorable men. James Brown. I'm not talking about. Yeah, MLK, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. All of them, they're just dried up. They have no knowledge, man. They just dried up. You more on it?
And you want me to go for 14?
Yeah.
Verse 14, therefore hell had enlarged herself and opened her mouth without measure.
We are in hell. The white man's heaven is the black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man and woman's hell.
Huh? And their glory and their multitude and their pomp, and he that rejoiceth shall descend into it.
Their glory, our body, and what else? And their multitude, our glory, our people have been swallowed up. Well, we're in the NBA now, you know what I'm saying? NFL, and now we get hurt, and that's it. Our glory's been swallowed up. You know what I'm saying? And with that, I give it to all. It's the book of James, chapter 4 and verse 4. Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with God?
Say, hey, know ye not that the friendship of this world is enmity with God, right? So if you following the ways of America, and you following the ways of the white man, and you following the ways of these other nations, right? That's enmity with God. You are an enemy of the Most High God, right? Or you are an enemy. Okay, and you're in competition. You're going against the Most High. That's right. And if you're in friendship with this world, that means you have idols.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 1, verse 1. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly.
So all the black Native Americans, man, we listen to all these other nations, right? We walk in the counsel of the ungodly. These people have no clue what's godly. They have no clue what's right. Right? But you go to them, you listen to them. Or you listen to the adulterous nation, right? And it's crazy how the Chinese people they come in America and try to teach us, but they're enemies against their own people, right? Right? Go ahead, man.
Nor stand in the ways of sinners, nor sit in the seat of scornful. Verse 2. But his delight is in the law of the Lord.
Your delight is supposed to be the Lord of the Most High, right? But for some reason, you have a friendship with the world, right? You're supposed to have a friendship with the Most High.
And in his law doeth he meditate day and night.
Right? We shouldn't be meditating on Stephen J. Curry, God. We should be meditating on Stephen Curry and his record. We should be meditating on what Moses did.
Verse 3. And And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth his fruit in his season.
God, you're supposed to be like a tree in the midst of the water, right? You're supposed to be a person in the midst of the people are getting fruit. Are you supposed to produce fruit amongst these people, right?
His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper.
God, and your leaf should never wither, or your spirit should never die. Right?
Verse 4, the ungodly are not so, but are like the shaft, which the wind drieth away.
Okay, understand that you are destroying people. Are you shaft that is withered away? Or you have no more life in
It's the book of Hosea, chapter 4 and verse 6. My people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. Because I have rejected them, I will also reject you.
it said, my people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. So since we lack the knowledge of God, we don't keep commandments. Or he has destroyed us. He has sent us among our people, among our enemies.
I will also reject thee, that thou should be no priest to me.
All right, since you reject the Most High, he's going to also reject us. And that means he has put us in captivity.
Book of Psalms, chapter 1, verse 5. Therefore the ungodly shall not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous.
Hey, sinners will never stand in the congregation of the righteous, right? They will never undercome the judgment of the Most High, or they're going to live their peaceful life under a hell. All right,
verse 6. For the Lord knoweth the ways of righteous.
Because the Most High knows the ways of the righteous. The ways of the righteous not even good, not even tripped, and eat crab. All right, that's the ways of the unrighteous. Right?
But the way of the ungodly shall perish.
Right?
It's the book of Ecclesiastes, Sirach, chapter 1 and verse 1. All wisdom cometh from the Lord, and is with him forever.
And all wisdom cometh from the Lord and is with you forever. Right? Just like any Proverbs 20:6.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 22, verse 6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it.
Right. So train up a child in the way he should go, so when he is old, he shall not depart from it. Same way when a grown man comes to the truth. When you come to the truth, you're not a grown man no more. All that pride you had is no more. Are you a little boy? All right. So you need to be as one, and you need to train yourself up in the way you should go. So the laws and the wisdom and the understanding should be forever. All right.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 1, verse 2. Who can number the sand and sea, and the drop of rain, and the days of eternity? Right? Who can find out the height of heaven and the breadth of the earth?
Now, hey, who's gonna go to the beach, right? Who's they gonna go to the beach and count all the sand, right? Who's gonna count all the droplets that fall out the sky, right? Who's gonna count all the breath all the oxygen that's in the earth? All right, nobody's done that. Nobody ever will, right?
Verse 4. Wisdom hath been created for all things, right? And the understanding of prudence from everlasting.
Because the understanding of prudence is everlasting. Understanding you're cautious. You're prudent. That's right. You're cautious. All right? When you're cautious, you understand everything. Right? Go ahead.
The word of God most high is the fountain of wisdom, right? And her ways are everlasting commandments.
Her ways is the everlasting commandment, right? So everything that's in the Most High's law, everything that's in the Most High's wisdom is everlasting. It shall never go away. All right? It shall never. That's another precept right there. Prove that the law is not done away with. All right? His wisdom is everlasting, right?
Verse 6, to whom hath the root of wisdom been revealed? Right? Or who hath known her wise counsel? Right? Unto whom hath the knowledge of wisdom been made manifest?
who is who understands of it, or who understands that are is the children of Israel, so-called black and better. That's right.
Ah!
That's what we're trying to come out here
Verse 8, there was one wise and greatly to be feared, the Lord sitting upon his throne.
God, hey, the only person you should be fearing, the only person you should have the will understanding of knowledge, wisdom, understanding is the Lord that's sitting upon his throne. Or that's how, right?
He created her and saw her.
Hey, the Most High created her and saw her. Well, who is the her that's wisdom, knowledge, understanding? All the wisdom that you have, even in the world, if you understand your mind, your philosophy, all of that is created by the Most High. The Most High gave you the will to understand it.
Verse 9. He created her and saw her, and numbered her, and poured her out upon his works.
Right, and poured her out upon his works. Who is the Most High works is his children. Or the Most High has worked on us. He's going to pour wisdom out on us. Go ahead.
She is with all flesh according to his gift.
She's with all flesh according to his gift. Everybody on earth has the ability to take the wisdom out of them. Right?
And he has given her to them that love him.
And he has given her to them that love him. Right? And what is love? Love is keeping the commandments of God. Right? But it says to give the Gentiles the water to all nations, right? For all people that's on the earth. But who are the commandments given? It's the Israelites. So if you only get the particular wisdom, knowledge, and understanding will give you that love. Love is keep the commandments of God. The only thing that's able to keep the commandments is Israel. All right?
Verse 11. The fear of the Lord is honor and glory and gladness and a crown of rejoicing.
Now, hey, you rejoice when you get back from the right? You rejoice when you rejoice when you edify others, all right? Rejoice when you find with the system.
The fear of the Lord maketh a merry heart and giveth joy and gladness and a long life.
Hey, wisdom gives you a long life, man. All right, because if you keep going by the wisdom of America, it's going to eat your foot.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 1. The Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel. Verse 2. To know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding.
Right, to know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding. Or who is actually able to perceive the words of the Most High God, right? Because a lot of brothers out here perceiving the words of wickedness, man, are not of the Most High God. Go ahead.
Verse 3, to receive the instruction of wisdom, justice and judgment, equity.
Hey, when you learn wisdom, you learn justice. You know it's just, you know it's right. You know what happens when somebody doesn't have the retaliation. Go ahead.
Verse 4, to give subtlety to the simple.
Or to give sympathy to the simple, right? The sympathy to the simple. You're supposed to be able to teach the simple. You're supposed to the ones that say they don't know nothing that are done, you're supposed to take notes.
To the young man, knowledge and discretion.
To the young man, knowledge and discretion. The young men that are running out there reading the gangbang, and selling weed and running the block. Those are the people that you're supposed to come out and get this book of knowledge and understanding. Right? Right?
Verse 5, a wise man will hear and will increase learning.
And a wise man will hear and will increase the learning. A wise man will listen to us and then go back home and increase the learning. Keep watching video. Right? What?
And a man of understanding shall attain unto wisdom counsel.
And a wise man will obtain the wise counsel. Right? So a wise man not going to go to his parents or she not going to go to a home girl, right? And try to look for some ways how to understand what's going on. Right? A brother that's in the truth is not going to go to their old friend that was in the game and ask for some advice. Right? Cut to the heart. Right?
to understand a proverb and interpretation, the words of the wise and their thoughts say. Verse 7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge.
And the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. That's why you fear the Most High, you keep commandments, then you go get knowledge. All right, because a lot of people out here think they know something they don't. All right, go ahead.
But fools despise wisdom and instruction.
But fools despise wisdom and instruction. All right, the fools are the ones that come here and think they know something, get cut, right? And they just think they know something, right? That's right. And they despise the wisdom of the Most High.
Come.
And they say, oh man, you know, we just had different interpretations. That way.
Come.
All right, go ahead.
Verse 8. My son, hear the instructions of thy father.
Right, my son, hear the instructions of thy father. All you children that's out here, man, we're telling you to listen to your father that's in heaven, go ahead.
And forsake not the law of thy mother.
And forsake not the law of thy mother. Who's heard that's the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Do not forsake wisdom. All right, you always should pertain to wisdom. Every time an elder comes to you, hey, I tell you I got some wisdom for you, you're supposed to listen to me, right?
Verse 9. For they shall be an ornament of grace unto thy head.
All right, they're going to be an ornament of grace upon the head. You say you're going to show grace, the Lord says, all right, go ahead.
And chains about thy neck.
All right, change about that neck. All right, just like how you have that cross on your neck, that's that hood on your neck. That's how it works.
God.
And the Most High, you understand that. We understand how our heritage is wearing that chain. And we guard that chain. Hey, you can't lose that chain. Hey, you guard the wrist like you guard the chain upon that neck. It's the book of Matthew,
3:19.
chapter 3, verse 2. For this is he that has spoken of by the prophet Isaiah, saying, it's the book of Matthew, chapter 3, verse 2. It's saying, repent ye, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand.
So I'm letting all black and white Native Americans know you need to repent. You need to make a drastic change in sin. All right? All right, you need to come back to the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. For the kingdom is at hand. All right, the kingdom goes here, you go and grab it. All right? But the way you can grab the kingdom, grab your Bible, all right, that's sitting on the shelf for like about 30 years of dust. All right, actually read it. All right, that's something that you actually do.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 3, verse 19. Repent ye, therefore, and be converted.
All right, when you repent, when you make that drastic change, convert, all right, you never turn back, all right?
That your sins may be blotted out.
Right?
When the times of refreshing shall come from the presence of the Lord.
So you always try to go back and he burns the place of fire, man. You will be innocent. Right? All your sins will be blotted out. Are you going to make it into heaven? All right, you got to do that.
The book of Acts, chapter 3, verse 23. And it shall come to pass that every soul which not hears that prophet shall be destroyed from among the people.
And so it says, whoever doesn't hear the words of the Most High, whoever prepares the words of the Most High, are for those of you that the prophets came to you, they told you, hey man, you need to stop, you need to turn back away, you need to start celebrating these holidays. If you don't listen, you're going to be destroyed by the Most High. All right, you got yourself?
Yeah, I got it. This is Matthew chapter 2 and verse 6. And thou, Bethlehem, in the land of Judea, art not the least among the princes of Judah, for out of thee shall come a governor that shall rule my people Israel.
God, who's that governor? That's Yahweh.
God!
That's the person who's going to come out of Israel and he's going to get out there.
This is Matthew chapter 3, verse 15. And Jesus answering said unto him, suffer it not to be so now, for thus it becoming us to fulfill all righteousness.
Hey, it is within us to fulfill all righteousness. Or it is supposed to be into you, but to not think of wickedness. It's not do wickedness and think of all righteousness. Everything you do all your life, or the rest of your days, the rest of your minutes, the rest of your hours. All right, you're supposed to achieve righteousness.
And this is Matthew chapter 4 and verse 4. But he answered and said, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of God.
You got a lot of Israel saying that. You know what I'm saying? And you got to live on the long way. You're supposed to live, you're supposed to speak, you're supposed to try. Or you got to be supposed to try. Yeah.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 11, verse 1. Wisdom lifted up the head of hand that is of low degree.
And wisdom lifted up the head of them that's of low degree. The ones that are suffering are the poor. The wisdom, you get wisdom and you feel like the person in the world. All right.
Make him to sit among great men.
All right, that person that gets that wisdom is supposed to make him sit among great men, among great men. All right, because he's a great man himself. All right, so he's supposed to get more wisdom out of them.
The book of Matthew, chapter 5 and verse 14. And this is he's talking about the prophets right here. Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and it giveth light unto all that are in the house.
Hey, we are a light to the house, man. A light to the nation, to the people. Right? You don't get a lamp and put it under a bush. Or you go there and have a lamp and let it light everywhere else. Right? That's what the prophet's supposed to be light and do. It's supposed to be a light of the people. It's supposed to shine across that.
And then I brought that up to say that because the scripture said, man, live by every word that come out of the mouth of God, right? So, Most High just said and told his son to say that the prophets that come up here are the light of the world. And you live by according to what we tell you, what the Most High told us to tell you. And that's what we do. We out here being a light amongst you. We bright. And people don't want to stand before us to be that bright. Right. They don't want to stand before us, man. They'll run from the light. It's just too bright for them. They hate it. You know, they want to jump out their windows and tell us to shut up. You know what I mean? So we can stop shining the light. That's all it is, man. We're real bright on it. People don't like this light. We just over here and we shining bright, man, like a diamond. What's going on, man? All right. Yeah. I look pretty good. There's a lot of stuff going on down here, man. Oh, yeah, I'm good. Hey, what's your nationality? What? That's just a geological location. I gotta stop saying that.
With that, give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High God. Do something name what we got to set my track. We were eagerly called Jesus Christ. Shema Yasharala Yahweh. Allah Yahweh. There is no Lord God the Lord.
Come on.
Shine bright like a diamond.